Today is February 3rd, 2012, and I had a great full throttle trading example that I want to share with you that started out this morning at about 8:41. We actually had a very strong market gapping up just like this. This is the SPX index chart. And shortly after it gapped up and stabilized, I entered a full throttle trade right at 8:41 in the morning. And the way I did it was using the Nirvana 300 list, sorting on strength, and just fired a full margin trade on a $100,000 account into the market without being selective at all on the individual issues. And just let it run through the day, and it actually, the throttle trade went up all day long. And by the end of the session, we had the S&P up about 6 points, less than a half a percent. But look at what happened to my throttle trade. It's actually up $2,000, which is 2% on my equity. Now I was leveraged 2 to 1, so that's equivalent to a 1% gain. But still, that's twice as effective as the index itself. Well, how did this happen? Essentially, with a full throttle trade, when you're looking at strength in the market and only entering those stocks that are strong and moving up rapidly, you're going to be typically trading symbols that are moving faster and more than the market itself, and of course that's our objective. So if I go here and start look at the biggest gainer, which was THC, it was up a whopping 8%. Here was my entry right here, and that was after that strong move right at the open on THC, and it just traveled up all day just like that, made an 8% gain. Here's BWS up 6% from the entry right about here, took off, went up the rest of the day. Here's AMP up 4%. Look at that beautiful move in AMP. And let's look at another one here up 4%. BYD, similar kind of a chart, just taking off, going straight up, obviously moving much more than the index. I mean, just look at this chart of AMP compared to the index itself, right? You can see that. It's very clear. So this is the phenomenon of trading the strong symbols in any strong move in an index. And typically, if you do that, if you can find those symbols in your map, which is what VisualTrader will help you do, then you have an advantage in the market. And if we go up here and look at the losing trades, of course, every trade did make money. We did have some losers. You'll notice right off that there aren't very many, and they're very small. Here was CarMax is our biggest one, and it only lost 2.6%. I'd like to add, so here we got in right here, right on this move up is where we entered that trade on CarMax at 841. And of course we pulled back on this stock. I'd like to add that I didn't have any stops at all on any of these charts. So these are all the trades that I took at that exact moment in time. Again, the worst loser being CarMax at only a 2.6% loss. The next one, ICA, at a 1.4% loss. Then we had AUY, 1.3% loss. And finally, we'll look at one more here, JCP, just a 1.2% loss. So again, the net effect of the winners and losers, because I'm trading the strongest moving stocks in the market, is that 2% gain on equity. So that is just a great demonstration of the power of throttle trading. And again, if you're sorting for strength, getting the right market, the right kind of move, then odds are pretty good that you're going to be in those symbols that are moving rapidly ahead of the index, which can lead to a profit like the one that you see here.